Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone. And peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, Ye Have Lived in Pleasure. Ye have lived in pleasure. Call halal yimla alahayanawa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. And yeah, as the title says, ye have lived in pleasure. And not only just Esau, Edom, the white folks, because Esau, Edom is in rulership and they control everything, and they dictate government policy. They're in rulership, but then, next in line are the other nations, and then even 2/3 of the Lord's people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. 2/3 of his own people are living in pleasure, man. We're in the time right now of the Lord's, he's on his way of his second return. And then, you have Israel, Salakia. You have Israel out here, they celebrate, like this weekend is Memorial Day. And then you have Israel out here celebrating the 4th of July, Christmas, Easter. They celebrate all the man-made holidays, but they don't celebrate none of the Lord's holy days. And on those holidays, it's all about pleasure. Getting drunk, getting high, going out partying, having fun, and they don't think about seeking the Lord. They don't think about calling on the name YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. They're not worried about that. Getting to the latest concert or going to the NBA playoffs or Super Bowl or the latest birthday party. This is what Israel is into. They're in pleasure, man. Everything has to, if it's not pleasurable, it's boring. See? It's boring. Let me get to the scriptures. Let me go to but this is what the Lord said in the last days. This is what it's going to be like, man. 2 Timothy 3:1. 2 Timothy 3:1, and it reads, it says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." There's trouble coming, man. There's trouble, danger, affliction, suffering. This is what's coming on the earth, and ultimately here in America. Because a lot of you Americans, you so-called Americans, and even 2/3 of Israel, man, you've lived in pleasure. You Americans, you have access to food 24/7, entertainment 24/7. You have somewhat clean water and to wash your clothes, to take a shower any time of the day, TV, malls, and you don't have to worry about bombings or all type of war, and you don't have to worry about that. You Americans, you don't have to worry about that. And then on the flip side, America is the most wasteful country as far as food in the whole world. You waste the most food. You waste billions of tons of food per year, man. Careless, reckless. And you don't seek the Lord. So there's trouble coming. There's danger. We're approaching a famine, a pestilence. 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. You might have a Israelite kid, a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American Indian, you know, an Israelite kid, their parents may not have, they'll just say a son or a daughter. You know, their parents did the best they could to raise them. And, you know, the parents aren't so good in a position, but they helped the kids, you know, go through school and, you know, did the best they could. And then the kid gets into you know, pretty good position. And then the parents try to tell them something. And then they're disobedient to their parents. They don't listen because they're in a higher position than their parents. But they don't want to listen to them. The parents can't tell them nothing. Disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, and then that kid don't even seek the Lord at all. You know, celebrates Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, Halloween, all the man-made holidays, and into the world. They don't want to listen, and they got it all figured out. Disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy. See? It says 3, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontent, fears, despisers of those that are good, of those trying to seek the Lord. They don't want to hear it. You know, you're a sellout. You know, you were trying to be a rapper, or you were trying to be an entrepreneur. All of a sudden, you're trying to seek the God. You believe in that stuff. I can't mess with you, man. 4, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Lord. And this is where we at in 2023. There's lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Lord, man. I got to buy a new car. I got to get that car. I got to get the latest Jordans. I got to get the latest jeans, or I got to get to that concert, and I got to be in the in crowd. You know, I got to get that home. I got to, you know, lovers of pleasure, man. I'm there. I'm at the function. You want to get high and, you know, go to the club and bars. All that's cool, but, you know, you choose that rather to serve the Lord. Pleasure, man. If it ain't, and that's how Israel is. If it ain't pleasurable, it's boring. Let me go to Ecclesiastes. They want to party, man. This is what Israel wants to do. They want to party. They want to party 24/7. Ecclesiastes 7:3. 7:2. Ecclesiastes 7:2. It says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Yeah, it is better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting, because, you know, that mourning, it strength, you know, it makes you think. You know, in that house of mourning and feasting and partying and celebration, mirth. You know, going to the house of mourning. It brings a seriousness to it. Salakia. Salakia, Akim. You know, that house of mourning brings a serious to you and makes you think about death. You know, it corrects you and organizes you. It puts you on, you know, it keeps you thinking, man, about the Lord. In that house of mourning, then the house of feasting and mourning and celebration and partying and trying to travel. And to you travelers that's trying to party and see the world, we're not in that time, because you might get stuck over in one of these countries that you at. You know, I got a girl cousin who wants to travel everywhere, and that's into partying and getting drunk, and I mean, they're all over the country, all over the world, trying to travel. You know, in the spirit of mirth. They're not even thinking about the Lord. Dressing up like a harlot. See? You might get, in breaking news coming, you might get stuck over in one of these countries and you're through. This ain't the time to be traveling and trying to go to this country, that country, and this. We're not in that time, man. We're in the time of war, because like I said, breaking news could come at any time and you be stuck over in one of these countries, and that's it. That's where you go. That's where you're gonna be. That's where you're gonna. The Lord gonna slay you at, man. He said, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart." Yeah. Let me go to James. Let me go to James. All that partying and, you know, all these holidays. Israel, you got to come out of this, man. Because, like like the Lord said, He's coming like a thief in the night, man. And a lot of you are going to get completely caught off guard. Completely. Because you don't know the signs and the times. You're not worried about this. But judgment must go forth. Judgment going forth. Salakia. James 5:5. James 5:5, and it reads, it says, ye have lived in pleasure. See, ye have lived in pleasure on earth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton. You've been sloppy. It says, ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Yeah, and then you have Esau, Edom. Ultimately, you know, all the rich men and wealthy men. You lived in pleasure. You've been sloppy, man. You know, committing adultery and pedophilia, and, you know, you got these sex slave trades, and, you know, spending money, and, you know, just buying anything and everything. You know, you don't have a care in the world, man. You're arrogant. You're proud. And you blaspheme the Lord. You don't believe in the Lord. Starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white folks, and on down to the 2/3 Israelite. You've been wanton, man, because there are Israelites that are rich and that are wealthy and that are just sloppy, man. They don't care, and they don't have a care about the Lord in the world. But this is what the Lord said, man. All of you, you know, and this is what's coming. This is what's coming, man. Isaiah, I'll close out with this. I'll close out with this. Isaiah 13:11. Isaiah 13:11, and it reads, it says, and I will punish the world for their evil. The Lord's about to, He's going to burn. This place, America, is going to burn. He's going to burn this place, man. And all those that are wicked and unholy and that are proud, you're gonna burn right along with this place. Everything that you worked for and that you're proud, your new Mercedes Benz and Bentley truck and all that stuff, all your businesses, all of you that are proud and that love this place, America, you're gonna burn with this place, man. You're going down with it. The Lord said, and then you have Joe Biden, your president, your American president. He said he's trying to save the world. He's trying to save the planet. But what did the Lord say? The Lord said, and I will punish the world for their evil. You have all amount of evil that's going on in this world. And the wicked for their iniquity. Is wicked. Everything in this place, America, and around the world is wicked and vanity. And the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Shalom.